Good morning. I'm here to work on the tutorial island for an hour and figured it'd be a good chance to do it all together and see where things are at. So, yeah, for people who weren't there till the end of the stream last time or know exactly how things got left, let me just show you guys where tutorial island ended. And then we will hopefully be finishing it today. After, last time when we started this, Jagger had not really given his input on how he felt things should be, but I didn't really care as much because this is the pre-guild tutorial island. There's going to be a post-guild. He likes it. The only change he thinks is that he doesn't think it's necessary to have all the NPCs that you have to kind of run around the world to find, and he thinks Ozai could be the one NPC with all of the info when we're done. So I don't know why I got rid of guest here, but yeah, so it's actually a little easier what he wants, so we might be able to even finish this morning other than not having all the info. Basically get to the point where he is the main hub. So kind of like the Terraria guide NPC. Yeah, exactly. One guy who's kind of like the hub of everything. So I think the idea would be that you can just ask him questions and he just gives a very detailed answer on whatever you ask him, whereas my original pitch was that you'd ask him, tell me about mining, and he only gives you a 2-phrase answer because he doesn't want to overwhelm you. Mining is a skill. You need a pickaxe and then you click on a rock to use it. You'll get resources from it. I recommend starting with a bronze pickaxe and finding a copper ore. Something simple like that, and then talk to this NPC for more info who teach you how to build camps and stuff for, later. But I agree, the dialogue is so big, we could fit way more info on there. I just don't like overloading people. Turn sandwich NPC into guide guy. Okay, we could do that actually. No, we wouldn't because yeah, he does know it all though. Actually, I really like in the world right now. Do I have anyone by the starter town? I do not. Okay, well anyway, at the very top left of the map is the NPC Thomas, and that is Milk and Two Sugars, who runs easypeasy.gg, which has a Guilds of God section. And I do appreciate that he specifically put himself where, the new players would be starting off, where Ozai is, where that mining at the top left is, so that you can talk to him, and he has his talk to message is a very discreet advertisement for his website. I kind of wish he made it a little more blatant, but he just says something like skilling is easy peasy or something like that, when you know how to do it. I don't remember the wording, but yeah. So yeah, we could make Patreon NPCs a little more useful in that sense too, but Sandwich does know it all. So anyway, where we left the tutorial island is that when you first create the account, you now spawn on the island. You go and the arrow tells you to talk to Ozai. He has a very, the dialogue is not fleshed out. This is just placeholder for the sake of chaining the events, but he's basically hurt, gives you a fishing net and asks you to go fish. You take the fishing net and you go here to fish. You'll see we got pretty far last time actually. It's almost done. So we get our fish, makes us go back to him. You can't expect me to eat it raw. Here's an axe and a tinderbox. Chop down the tree and cook the food. So then you get what you want, or you get the tools, and you are expected to get some wood. Upon acquiring wood, it redirects you to him. But then he clarifies that you need to cook the shrimp first. So he just kind of explains it a little bit better. Oh, sorry, I tried to light the shrimp. Yeah, how are you guys all doing on this fine morning? I guess it's not morning for everybody. It's just West Coast is last in the world. Oop, I burnt the shrimp. It hasn't actually happened in the tutorial run. These should be unburnable shrimp. No, that's not true, but it's just annoying. Let's just spam click. Get me fish quicker. There we go. Pretty good. 9 a.m. here. Yeah, it's 6 a.m. here, so you're on the East Coast. Coffee time is best time. It would be nice if I had coffee. That's part of what I meant by when I said in the in-game chat, I wish I woke up a little bit earlier, because 15 minutes of prep time is enough to get coffee and not start at 6:05. You know, like that 10 minutes to get coffee and start on time would be nice, but whatever. Yeah, coffee time is best time. So now we got our shrimp. We can finally talk to him. He says, oh, that hits the spot. I feel so much better now. You ask how to get off the island. He tells you he has teleports. They're in the safe. Rat ate his key. Here's a sword. Kill the rat. We need to change the wording of rat to mouse rat, because all of these guys are rats, but the one you want to kill is the one big mouse rat here, who is so weak that he should not hurt you. He does half the damage of a chicken. So you should be able to, I think players would have to basically try to do an Iron Man here to accidentally die. Like and never eat items. Which Sandwich said he will do an Iron Man here. Anyway, once you kill the mouse rat, you get Ozike's key. You can then talk to him and give him the key. And he says, oh, thank you. Here's your teleport. Use it to get back to Eloria. If we talk to him again, well, we have the, you know, after we're at this step, he says, I'm ready to go home whenever you are. Just use the teleport I gave you. And this is where the tutorial currently ends. Because it says you must have one Phi1 teleport to do this. And this is not a true Phi1 teleport. This is the teleport item that we just created. And the difference is it's exactly the same as a Phi1 teleport. It looks the same, it pretends to be it. But just like this isn't a real tree and this isn't a real fishing spot, there's this extra logic injected for the sake of the tutorial saying, oh, after you use this, put the arrow so it points you to the guy. So that extra bit of logic is where we left things. And it kind of bugged out. Also, there was a bug when we left it last time where if you... I don't know why logging in and out. It works on live, but it doesn't work when you do localhost. I have not figured that out. Anyway, so before, if you relogged in, I remember it crashing on stream, and I was a bit worried because I was like, I don't want to debug this on stream. But it was also at the very end, and it had been 6 hours in or 5 hours in, and I wanted dinner, so we just kind of left it. But I really quickly talked to Jagger. He pointed me to the right place in the code, and it totally made sense why it wasn't working. It was just a little oversight on my part about, you know, hijacking Ozike's dialogue in one place but not in another place that needs to know about it. So it was a really simple fix. Now we got it. So when you log in, it knows, oh, we're at this step. So this is the last message Ozike told us before we logged out. So we'll just re-prompt it so that the player knows what to do. And now we gotta hook up using the teleport. So let's start. I have not actually taken a look at this, but I'm assuming it's as simple as the action in this teleport says to remove the old teleport and has the old teleport. Yep. So this is the new teleport ID because that is our own ID. I guess I shouldn't. We have a variable. So it's like, as long as we have us, like our item, we remove that item when we do the teleport. Then we set the state of the quest to stay at step 6, and we show the arrow to 8, or to Ozike's location. So let's go into the client side for this. And it's the exact same little fix there. Very simple. We just take the ID we're passing in and make it so that it checks if you have the ID rather than the old Phi1 teleport. And we're good. So this should fix the teleport and get us to the next step. I always love saying that confidently, like, oh, this will do this. But I don't do it on stream as much because I'm worried about being wrong. But it'll be easy. So we're going to press this and it's going to work. Oh, 20. Yeah, here we are. But the arrow isn't there. So this is probably the same as that hole. If you have a skull, you go down the ladder, go up the ladder, whatever, the skull disappears. I'm assuming it's the exact same kind of issue because we changed the maps. Where if I logged in, I do not have the arrow. I totally assumed I was gonna have the arrow. So what's happening? So you teleport, we set the state to 6, we show the arrow, and then we show the arrow. This very much threw me. I love the soundtrack. I'm so glad that we got music. Victor did a fantastic job. Which sound do we have right now? This is Mountain Demo, so this is the Mining Guild's area right now. Oh, I just switched to our login music. Or no, Combat Town music. Value 45. Okay, so what is going on here? Something fishy is going on. So a teleport happens, and what's iffy to me is that we set the character state to 6. Character state 6. If we go to the person, is what dialogue? Oh no, it's Ozike's character. So when we ask if we're in state 6, we never check. Like there isn't like a, okay. So I'm just double checking that we're not going to the wrong spot. So the fact that when we log in, if you remember, we logged in and the act of logging in brought up the menu as if we were still on the island. Which tells me that, so what that means is that in our state, when we load it up, it thinks that we are on step get Ozike's key. Let's double check that actually. Did I close the dial? No. Oh, thank you. Here's your teleport. Use it to get back to Eloria. Never mind. It is on step teleport home. Okay. I think this is just like I was off by 1 ID when I wrote this, and the teleport had not been tested because it was broken in that other way. So is it just this dialogue is wrong? So if you talk to Ozike, when we are in step 2, we go into this case, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 5, step 6. So yeah, step 6 is here, which is the you haven't teleported step. So the after teleport should not, the teleport should be trying to put us into step 7. So that is one issue. So it should set the state to step 7, not step 6. Item, teleport, step 7. Oh, yes. Okay, so it's the other thing. Okay, what it also is that right now it's setting the state. It's teleporting us, setting the state, and then putting on the arrow. And that didn't seem to work. Like, the arrow didn't come up. But then when we relogged, the arrow, of course, wasn't going to come up. It was only coming up because of this tutorial. So what it is we need to have when you first log in, it goes to a dialogue of what's relevant, which should be like Ozike, maybe like you hear a whisper, I don't know, something that, some dialogue that tells you to go to Ozike, and then the act of pressing continue makes you walk there, and that continue button is what puts on the arrow. That's how it currently works. When you first make an account, that dialogue pops up saying welcome to Eloria. It gives you a little rundown. You press OK, and then the act of pressing OK, if we go here, it's the act of pressing OK to the Welcome to Guilds of Gods is what gives you the arrow. So I think we need something like this. Like we have some sort of like text about like seeing Eloria because it's the first time you're seeing the continent. Maybe getting like an idea for it. You hear the guards whisper of the return of Ozike and gleam info on his whereabouts. Perfect. See, you need to write this text because I am just trying to make the logical kind of stringing it together, but I don't know how to. From a lore point of view, I'm not a writer, so I like that. Let's do that. All right, so we're gonna copy that. So, put the comma in the wrong spot. So this is 21st dialogue. Welcome to... We never say Eloria, do we? Like, I say Eloria because when we first designed the document, like when I designed the game with Jagger at the very start, and then he went and worked on it for the first year while I worked on a different project. In that first design document we wrote together, it was called Kingdom of Eloria. So, like, I know the continent is called Eloria from a lore point of view, but I keep thinking that Eloria is the word I should be using, and it's definitely not. Like, I think I'm totally wrong about that. And I think it would confuse people, too, for me to just use it when no one else does. Okay, so yeah, let's come up with something here, because I guess I was just thinking, like, we already got this getting started at the very start, so we don't need this. You're right. Let's just get rid of all of this and just restart. I'm just going to keep your wording for now. You hear the guards whisper of the return of Ozike and gleam info on his whereabouts, which then adds the arrow, closes the interface, and sets our state to 8. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would set it to 8. Okay, and then that also means, which is good, because right now we're also not getting the arrow because of that whole, I believe it's because of that whole bug about you basically have to be on a place before you can add skulls, arrows, stuff like that. You can't really do a teleport and add that stuff on the same tick. So this also delays that by 1. So like we need to fix that, obviously, because that limits us slightly. But this does kind of bypass that issue now that we're doing it on the OK button. So this will be good. So we'll just put this on the server's end dialog as well. After that, we need to go to state. So this is dialog 21. And so this is the tutorial state. So if you log in and you are on step 7, you're on the arrived home find Ozike step, which goes to dialog 21 that we just wrote. Yeah, so that should then pair it properly. So let's go here. Shoot, I don't have much time actually. I think this is enough time for now though, but I was really hoping I could do a bit like a full, like at least an hour. I feel bad this is going to be like a 55-minute stream, but whatever. Oh, also, I don't know who caught on last time, but I got some good news. It's part of why I stayed up later than I meant to last night, kind of getting tired, and why I'm a bit tired today, but actually it's private news, and I probably should not say something I would not want my current employer to hear. So, never mind. it's not bad. Like, it's good news, but I probably shouldn't say something. So, but yeah, I don't know. My plan is to move to Florida with my girlfriend, and some things coming up that might lead down that path a few months earlier than I wanted. So I was excited about that last night. Yeah, honestly, it's more like I would put it on the general. Yeah, it's not like my boss knows what my would watch my stream, but or watch the VODs or anything. So it's definitely not an issue, especially VODs. But I know my coworkers do know my like Reddit account. They do know my they know I stream, and they do, they are very supportive of Guilds of Gods. They ask me about it every day, and they love hearing on Monday how things went and showing time lapses and stuff like that. So I guess it's just something like I feel bad about talking about going, like, moving away, like leaving there. I feel like that's inappropriate. But yeah, it's not a big deal. Somebody just posted into the media. Oh, it's that bot. Nice. Hey everyone, Guilds of Gods is now live. I'm glad that bot says it if I ever forget. Thank you, bot. Okay, so we arrive home to find Ozyke, which will put our dialogue up. So this also means that we now need to change how this teleport item works, because right now it's setting our state and showing the arrow. That's not what we want to do. We want it to set the state, and then we want it to open the dialogue. So let me just remember. Show dialogue. Here we go. So now instead of show the direction arrow, we're saying show dialogue 21. And let's go to Kingdom of Eloria server item here. I wish these two files were synced between client and server. It's something like splitting the code base up from client to client server and core is something we've want, or client server and interfaces, or like, shared business objects is something we've been saying we're going to do for a few months, but getting features and stuff just keeps taking priority over house cleaning. Life happens. Congrats. Thank you very much, dude. It's awesome. I'm pretty hyped. It's nothing's for sure. It's just literally, I didn't think I would have an in for a long time, and now I have a potential in, and I am not interview ready. So I was like, oh god, this is stressful, but exciting. I gotta get ready. Okay, so show dialogue 21. Show dialogue 21. This might be good. I think this is ready to go. So, bam. Humidity is not cool at all. Yeah, honestly, it can be pretty humid down there. I really do like the parts of Florida I've seen. I do really like, but just don't find yourself on the Florida Man subreddit. Yeah, definitely not. I don't know. Florida's kind of funny because, like, my girlfriend absolutely loves Florida. She thought that she'd never want to move there. Once she came to Canada, she said this is the only other place that, like, she has liked as much, even though it's polar opposite in some ways. She came here and it was -6, which is like 21 Fahrenheit, which is our coldest. Like, that was oddly cold, but she was here like a couple weeks ago, and it was very interesting how cold it was. But West Palm Beach, Wellington area, Florida, I really liked. She went to school at FSU, so I got to see Tallahassee, and that part was cool. It wasn't as nice. And there's a lot of places in Florida I don't know if I'd be a big fan of. I've been told to stay out of the swamps by everybody who lives in the cities. So I hope that's not offensive to anybody here, but that's what I was told. So I was like, okay, I will listen to the locals. Yeah, the arrow wasn't pointing to Ozak, but rather his cabin. Yes, the arrow points to an X and Y coordinate, so I need to keep Ozak in his cabin. He's also supposed to be injured in this plot, so I think him not running around with his big ass sword is a good idea, but whatever. That's definitely something we can tweak up here. Actually, I can do that. Load the tiled map editor here, so we can do that later. So we get the dagger. Oh, I need to make a command so I can just fast track this tutorial for myself. I just want to get to the next step because I logged in on the guy and he was on step 6 but on the island, and I need him to be on step 7 when he gets to the island because we just changed that. So yeah. Come on, rat. Get him. Okay. Thank you. So we get our teleport. We use the teleport. You hear the guard. Oh. Ooh, okay. Okay. So that is why the arrow disappeared. So the pop-up appeared after the teleport. Interesting. So it's like it does the teleport, and then afterwards it needs to open the dialogue like a whole 1 to 2 frames later, probably because the act of teleporting itself is not instant. Where's the teleport? What parameters does this guy take? Step teleport. So when we're teleporting, so it's map ID x1, y1, x2, y2, teleport delay. Can I just get rid of the teleport delay? Because this is not a real teleport. Delay 3 ticks, delay 0 ticks. For the sake of the tutorial, Jagger might have a better fix, but I just want to get past this step. I don't like needing to do this whole thing. I wish I need like a fast travel. Oh, what it is. Okay, alright. Well, it's not a genuine test, but Jagger has a way that I can just speed up how long a tick is, and I forgot. That's how he tests it. Like when he is doing stuff like this. He set it so it's not 500 frame or milliseconds between ticks, but it's like 50 milliseconds between ticks on dev. And then that way it, you just walk really fast. Doing this is like, I'd fish way faster. Come on, get me that fish. Set levels 10, so that's easier though. Come on, now I'm a high level. Give me the fish. Hate when things are slow when I want them to be fast. Come on, it's not that hard. I just want to double check the step worked. Get the shrimp, bald man. God, I want hair to be done. Ooh, people have reacted to the media guy. I'll join in with an Ed dance. Huge zoom, yeah, big zoom. We also got big out zoom. Yeah, on development you can kind of, there's no cap for the zoom, so you can kind of just see everything you want to see. Alright, except you can't see everything because, we don't load the whole map because that'd be inefficient. But it helps you see what you can see. Nice, we got our shrimp. So we give it to Ozyke. He gives us, oh, shoot, I thought we were done. Okay. All things considered, this is a pretty short tutorial. You need to make sure he won't accept burnt shrimp. He currently does not, but I don't think he'll tell you. I think he'll just say that whole, you can't expect me to eat raw shrimp dialogue over and over. But he will not accept the burnt shrimp. But yeah, he probably needs a different dialogue if you burn it. So that if you try to give him burnt shrimp, you know, you learn that that's not okay. That burnt is something different. So we teleport. Oh, same thing happened, even with the delay. Or with no delay. That's frustrating. Okay, so sometimes, I probably should have done this first, but timers are supposed to be -1. Like -1 means now. And he is using timers, so that does mean this tick. So set timers. Oh. Tick wait, add timer, callback. I just want to see whether it will do it right now or whether there's still some delay. Execute on tick equals that. Anyway, this is probably not good. I'm doing like a... I'll set it to -1 just as a test, but if that doesn't work, anything else I do is kind of band-aid fixes on this. So just for the sake of testing this though, because I still get there, the issue is just that dialogue is getting hidden by quickly changing. When I relog, I should get the right dialogue, right? Yes, you hear the guard whisper, press continue, we get an arrow. And it's pointing to the wrong spot, interestingly. So I'll figure out why it's doing that. But we would make the arrow point to Ozyke. I don't think Ozyke has a canned response if you're on step 7, so he's probably going to go to the, yes, the what can I help you with default if you don't have something else to say. So I'll talk to Jagger about the teleport thing because maybe he has a better way he would prefer to chain it. That would just kind of make sense for me. And we'll just accept this and continue on with our journey because we only got about 20 minutes left in the stream. Okay, so we need him to have a response if we're on step 7. So if we are on step 7, that means that it is the first time we have gotten to this tutorial island. And or not, sorry, it's the first time we've gotten off the tutorial island and we are talking to him and his return. So we go talk to him, show direction arrow. This is definitely the wrong step, right? Because I hijacked this, yes. So what is Ozyke's cabin at? Let me, Guilds of Gods assets, map design, load the world map. Oh, shoot. Shoot, I just lost everything. Not lost it, but did not mean to minimize. I gotta realign this. Ugh. The right part of my screen, just for all the scrumble board and everything, is kind of hidden. So it's, I have to have everything kind of lined up nicely, which was a pain there. I didn't expect that to happen. Anyway, Ozyke should be at 2528. So let's go back to our teleport, or to the arrow, and it should point to 25.8. Do it on here. The dialogue should bring us to 25.8. So afterwards, we're going to want a response from Ozyke if it is the first time you are talking to him after getting off the island. So you're talking to Ozike once again, and some sort of "It's a pleasure to see you again," you know, new line it. Thank you once again for helping, or yeah, just thank you for helping me get home. If you ever need assistance, please ask me. I am very knowledgeable about all topics. Please ask me. I am eager to help. Something like that. There does not need to be continued steps because we aren't really... No, there is, I guess. There is. So after you continue the dialogue, I guess I do need to have that. Okay. So after we are done with the dialogue, we get rid of the direction arrow and we set the state to 0. And if you look at our state 0 is complete with no dialogue when we start up the game. So that is the tutorial is done step. So let's go back here. That can be our I'm done step. And then we'll have one more that's once it's done, it's like the canned response he gives. No, the canned response he gives, I don't need to add a new dialogue. I can just hijack that canned response because now that's going away. So this one, hello, what can I help you with? Hello again, what can I do to help you? Or what do you need? I guess, yeah, what can I help you with? Is a good, that's so simple. But it's just that now we want there to be dialogue options. Do we have any open interfaces? Yeah, okay, so the mysterious old man. Why is it mysterious man? I thought he's mysterious old man. Because I like to call him mom. So, mysterious man. It is mysterious man. I thought everyone called him mom. Anyway, so when we talk to mom, this is how we do many interfaces. It's into the old interface menu with various options. So this is probably what we're going to want to do, is something similar to this, where he says, what can I help you with? And we're going to have our own menu interfaces here that we will hijack to give all of our options. I'm surprised that there's so many talk to options when we talk to mom. For the sake of making sure this works, we're just going to use the last few options of mom's text, but afterwards we're going to have to go make these interface options that when you click them, they go to different interfaces that he'll go into more topic on. So let's go to this dialogue here, hijack it. I think that's good. So let's restart the server, save the client, log back in. Oh, so this is the error we got yesterday, and that, or at the, not yesterday, on Sunday at the end of the stream, and that's what I meant by I did not know about this whole step thing Jagger pointed out. So basically, if we are on step 8, what ID am I at? Did I say after you talk to him it goes to step 8? Yeah, that's it. It's not that I want this, it's that I want you to be done after you've talked to him. So it's that when you have done the whole talk to Ozike thing, feel like I'm missing something here. Didn't we have one more dialogue? I thought we did. We did. Oh, okay. So it's that it wasn't copied onto the server. So it's a pleasure to see you again. Blah, blah, blah. So dialogue 22. And then in dialogue 22, or no, so now that we have dialogue 22, we go to state. Oh no, dialogue 22 should set your character state to 2. No, 1, which means, no, 0, which means completed. Yeah. If you ever need assistance, I can help. So go back to the client. We're done the quest. And now we go to state. If you're at step 7, you do this, and there is no step 8. So I think we are good now. So when we log in, no, another server crash. Dialog ID unknown. What state are we in? State tutorial state. So if tutorial state definition exists, then we do all this. Otherwise, we will log this error because we need more info here. Console.info. I guess console.error is a better one. Dialog does not, or save state does not exist for state ID tutorial state. All right, let's see what step we're on. I'm assuming we're on step 8, but let's give it a look. Go into the console. Maybe I just didn't save the client or the server because it didn't log that error. Oh, unless it's here. So, yeah, it does. Okay, for ID 8. Yeah, okay. So we shouldn't be able to get to ID 8 anymore. That is not okay, and it goes to the canned response because he doesn't know we've completed it. Oh no, that is right. Okay, so then we get by construction, by standard, by alchemy. Okay, bam, cool. Okay, so once you're done the quest, I guess 8 is fine. 0 is what it will be set to now though, but that seems to be fine because it just defaults into this. So hello again, what can I help you with? When you press continue, like I guess it should say something like, you know, please ask, like, what would you like to know more about, or something like that, and then we'd have a list of options here. So now we can plan out all the things we want to be able to ask him. So let's go into here. And I will clean this up because Ozike is right now taking over all of the dialogues in our game pretty much. And I think that's both a testament to we need a better way to, you know, just to, when we write this, it's just like Ozike step 1, Ozike tutorial step 2, so that we don't have this whole thing here hidden like that takes up so much space. But it's also a testament that we need more NPCs that use dialogues. Because right now it's pretty much just adventurers. Citizens all have a generic good day. They need something specific. There's death. Caravan supervisor. don't think you guys ever saw Caravan Supervisor, did you? He's part of the like actual planned proper tutorial that's still upcoming. Just saw in general, the STV said good bot. Yes, he is a good bot. I like that bot in media. Okay, anyway, so what are the things that you should be able to ask Ozyke? I guess we could plan that out. So we need a dialogue for, let's just make a template here. We need a dialogue for ask about mining. Are you my dad? Yeah, we could ask him, give him a funny answer. Yes. Okay, we'll put that in there. Are you my dad? Wait, how to confuse new players 101. Make them think mom exists. Where is mom? Beautiful, beautiful guys. Okay. I guess so I guess this is the response to the question. Tell me about mining. Tell me about wood cutting. Tell me about smithing. Tell me about combat. That's a good point. How did you make that teleport? I guess I should say tell me more about combat. Tell me more about woodcutting. Tell me more about smithing. So these are just kind of the generic skills people kind of learn right away. Tell me about Mrs. Ozyke. Okay. Honestly, we'll put the meme responses in. I don't see why not. Tell me about Mrs. Ozyke. Okay. So I guess I'm wondering, should it be something like, see, tell me, how did you make that teleport? To me, seems a little too specific, but I want to replace it with something like, tell me about magic, but there's so many types of magics, and environment magic is the one that makes teleports, and the only thing you can do with environment magic right now is make teleports, as far as I'm aware. So that's actually perfectly, like, it's more concise than my vague one that only has one answer. Okay. But yeah, maybe just not tell me about mining. Maybe it should be like, how do I make armor and tools? Yeah, how about that? Like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that you should ask about skills or ask how to do something that in turn he has to teach you the skills? Like, tell me about mining and tell me about smithing is kind of like two things that are closely related, even though they're different skills. And you might not know that you care about mining, but you might think, oh, I want armor, and not realize that asking me about mining is the first step in getting armor. Players will want to know how to get money, cool tools, and armor rather than just how mining works. Okay. I guess I should just open up that new player bot thing, because honestly that new player bot seems like in our Discord's like the whole FAQ bot, those are like pretty much what people want to know, other than it doesn't really tell you about all the tools. Okay, let's do that. That's a good way to put it. So how do I make tools and armor? That's one. Instead of tell me about woodcutting, it would be like, how do I make bows and arrows? How do I make magic spells? And probably we don't want to go straight into the magic one because that does take a bit of effort. But we're going to want, just in general, we can reorder them. How do I store my items? Or where do I store my items? How can I make money? Yeah, that's a good one. How to make money. What are notes? What are notes? Notes, and where can I redeem them? In case you get a noted item. What else? Some new players have wanted to know about how does crafting work? What are bags and tomes? Yes. Oh, I guess I just hijacked your meme answers. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize it. Yeah, as you said, what are bags and tomes of tomes? Should I say tomes or tomes of collection? Probably tomes of collection. And then terms. I do not understand the jargon. What are the commonly used terms? All right. Anything else you guys think people need to be able to ask about? Some of this should probably be in an in-game fact. Yes. There probably should just be an in-game fact. That's a good point. I think as a first step, having this guy have too many answers, like, might be what we need to do, because making the dialogues and stuff, I don't know, I'd like to just get this out, because every single time I try to do a social media stuff, new players get confused, and adding a new thing like FAQ, it's not that it's hard, but it's just another task. I don't know, always ends up taking more than a week, even though I want it to take less than a week. But I agree, the tutorial guide should only teach the basics. Bags and tomes is a little much. I guess an alternative is having 2 tutorial guys. Like, I want, like, more advanced help. Like, I don't know, like, maybe if, like, at level 10 you get, like, a notification, like, go talk to this guy, and, like, the arrow brings you to another NPC who has the questions to all of the more complicated stuff. But a FAQ is probably just the better way to do it. RTTV says in-game facts should be through dialogue. Interacting with NPCs makes more sense from an immersion perspective. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I agree. From an immersion perspective, in-game keeping stuff in game, I really like. If you want to know more, visit my older brother, Kyozo. He knows way more than me. See, you even got better names than I do. I like that. Honestly, that's probably a great way to do it, I think. Splitting it up and making a second NPC. Because my original thought was like 8 NPCs. You know, you just tell him, you ask him about mining. He gives you 2-phrase blurb and then says like, oh, go talk to this guy in the mining guild. But then it kind of made new players leave the starter town and potentially walk through dangerous places to go find a random guy to ask who will teach them something that they're not ready for. So yeah, having like almost like we split this up into, I don't know, maybe Crafting is fine. I think that's the line. I think this is the line here. And at this point, we'd make it like, I want to know more. Like, what else can you tell me? And have him just say what you just said about the brother. Oh, God. It's just Ozike backwards. It's hilarious. I didn't even notice. I like that, honestly. I'm going to use that. That's a great name. Oh, I'm so sad. Okay, so it's actually after 7, I just realized. So I do have to, not just yet, but probably in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be shutting it down and getting ready for the day job. But this has been fun. I feel like I like making progress, you know. I honestly, I really like the stream because I feel like it helps hold me to getting something done every day, because I always want to get something done, and then I'm all eager and I get excited, and then real life, you know, you forget to do grocery, like you forget that you need to schedule grocery shopping and like, you know, life. Yeah, it is good for focus and player interaction. Like I find it keeps me on task. I'm not on social media and Reddit and stuff when I'm, you know, have you guys on stream. I'm just talking to you guys. It helps you guys feel involved. You're able to ask me questions. It keeps me involved and up to date, because like last stream, I didn't even know all the wolf paw and all those related items. I didn't realize their noted thing wasn't wired up. And when people just said like, oh, while you're in this file, fix noted, I was like, oh, I didn't even know this was an issue. Thank you guys for finding it. Yeah, and I think it's good just to have players know about the development, because there's quite a few times that, you know, I've seen indie games struggle just on the internet with developers kind of disappearing on communities, and communities getting all worried and, you know, overall just feeling disconnected, like, oh, it might not even get done, they haven't updated their social media in 3 weeks. But it is totally justified for a developer to take 3 months doing house cleaning and refactoring in the name of, you know, making later work more efficient. There's a time and a place for that, but if you don't see that, and they feel like they can't update social media because they don't have new content coming in, there can be like a disconnect. So I think this interaction is very, very good. It's amazing how annoying and time consuming grocery shopping can be. I totally agree. It's like, I always think it'll be like a 45-minute in and out quick adventure, and it always ends up being long, because then you come home and it's like, oh no, I've got all these bags I have to unpack. Oh no, there isn't room in the freezer. Now I have to reorganize the freezer and shuffle things around to get these all to fit. Yeah. Anyway, so let's split these up to, because I'm not going to be able to get this done today, but let's just organize what we can do here, because these dialogues should work. So Kiazo. So this will be 31, 32. I was gonna make it so you could have like an initial message you say to him, that, like, because he's never met you, but never mind. We'll just make you be able to go straight to the questions. Well, no, he will have a dialogue, because these are after you've asked the questions. So the first time you talk to him in a given sequence, he's going to need something. So he is going to need one more here. So this is 31, 32, where he says something like, hello. What is your question? What are the bags of Toma collection? What are the commonly used terms? Okay. Do you guys have what or any other things you think, I don't want to call them, like, I guess intermediate players would want to know about? Now, once you reach level 10, you know, and you have these things are kind of like, okay, I know how to make armor, bows, blah, 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 blah. You know, I want more. guess I should have one more here. That's comma. Sorry, I got ahead of myself here. So we have one more, which is I want to learn more. So that's when he refers you to the other guy. And the other guy would answer these questions. Information on camps, how bounty works, and the PvP level breaks. Yes. So, what are camps and how do they work? What are PvP bounties and how do they work? Yeah, so in there, so we talked about level breaks, needs to be brought up when we talk about this. Terms definitely, I don't know, I don't actually think we need terms. What does the fact pod even say for that? Terms. AFK, lapidary, mobs, NPC. Yeah, okay, we don't need the new players to ask about terms. Really, lapidary is the one confusing thing, and that skill doesn't even exist, so whatever. Okay, so I think we're in good order, good standing here. So we got to the point where when you talk to Ozyke, am I in the client or the server? Server, awesome. Okay, so when we talk to him, once we're done the tutorial, we get lists of things we can do. So we have to make these, and we have to make an interface here, like a different option for here for each of the clickable options, like what the questions you want to ask, and then your selection will open the next dialogue saying, oh, you know, it'll open whatever dialogue we are planning right now that is relevant to the question. And yeah, so that'll be good. I think that'll be a good end of the tutorial, because at this point the tutorial's over, but it's just we need a resource, right? Like it just kind of ends with, we don't want RuneScape players and stuff to feel like they have a tutorial that drags on for 30 minutes, but we do want new players to feel it's obvious, like almost like the tutorial is still going, but they can just walk away at this point. Anyways, guys, it is now 7:10, and I gotta have breakfast and shower and start getting ready for work. Damn day jobs. Here's your free gear, get out. Yep. We don't want your gear. Or we don't want you. Just, here's your gear. Get out. Oh, and in this patch I will update, just for the patrons in the room, I will update the NPCs. I mean, this is just the dialogues, but I will update their stats this month because, you know, new donations have been given. The NPCs, patron NPCs, have gotten stronger, and yeah, we also have two new patrons since the last time I think I listed them on stream, because that was a while ago. So Aaronic, a lot of people are familiar, everyone in the Discord is familiar, but Aaronic and Driftin are the two latest Patreon supporters, so thank you two for joining us. It was really exciting to see that two new people had donated. It was like, or had joined. It was like, okay, nice, we're growing. This is a good sign. Got to keep doing this social media push, keep this going. Good game, man. Have a good one, and thank you. Yeah, no, thank you guys for coming. It's really nice to have an active chat, to actually have people watch. When I first pitched the idea of streaming to Jagger, we were a bit worried about having very few people. It was actually WeSkill Now who's the streamer. He was like that first Guilds of God streamer, for those who aren't aware. He doesn't play the game as much anymore, but I've talked to him quite a bit and got advice on streaming and just help, and like he helped me out and convinced me that it's good. And yeah, he convinced me that the hardest part is getting to three average viewers. Once you have a community, it's easy, and it's nice to be able to just start off and already have, You know, I see what, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 different people talked this morning at 6 a.m. my time. It's pretty good. So yeah, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys later. Thank you to all the players, donators, and Patreon people. It's been good. I'll keep you guys in the loop, and I'll see you on Discord and in game. Have a good day.